What's going on, guys? Antonio here. Do me a favor, hit that thumbs up for me, and let's get into it. All right, so we're on the Instagram page of one Mrs. Taylor Swift. I count myself as a Swiftie. You can see that I am following her, and I have been for years. I've been following. I love Taylor Swift's music, and she grew up for a considerable part of her childhood right here in the Volunteer State, right here into what she went to Hendersonville High, if I'm not mistaken. I started hearing her on the radio on 107.5 The River. She had she was doing country music, and her music crossed over and started going. 107.5 is the pop station, and the Big 98. Both of which those stations are both owned by iHeartRadio, which used to be called Clear Channel. And but you used to hear her just on Big 98 because that's where the country artists are. But she had a couple of songs that crossed over, and they started having her on 107.5 The River. And she would come on. She was like 15, 16 years old, and she would sing and, do live performances and stuff. Then she decided, hey, I'm not going to do country anymore. I'm just going to do pop. And then she exclusively started appearing on 107.5. But last night we had the presidential debate between Kamala Harris and former President Donald Trump. And a lot of people were wondering, why hasn't Taylor Swift endorsed Kamala Harris yet? Because when the 2020 election was going on, both Taylor Swift and Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, they did like live streams with Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. The Rock did say, what was it? He was on Fox News. When was this? A couple months ago when they had WrestleMania in Philadelphia. The Rock said that, you know what? I think I'm going to sit this one out. At that particular time, Joe Biden, you saw the polls. Joe Biden was losing by like 7-8 points to Donald Trump. And then they had the debate, and Donald Trump cooked him and he dropped out. And now Kamala is the candidate. So they had the first, I think there's supposed to be still 3 debates. But some people are saying maybe we're not going to get 3 debates now, and there's also a vice presidential debate. I'm not going to do a lot of politics on this channel. I'm trying to do entertainment news for the most part. But obviously, I've covered Taylor Swift before, so since she endorsed Kamala Harris, I wanted to unpack her endorsement and actually go into that. So let me actually go to the post. It's a long one, so bear with me. All right. And there's a picture of her with her cat, which I have an allergy to cats, but I still love Taylor Swift. I adore you, Taylor. But anyway, I adore your music. Let me say that. Like many of you, I watched the debate tonight. If you haven't already, now is a great time to do your research on the issues at hand and the stances these candidates take on the topics that matter to you most. As a voter, I make sure to watch and read everything I can about their proposed policies and plans for this country. Recently, I was made aware that AI of me falsely endorsing Donald Trump's presidential run was posted to his site. It really conjured up my fears around AI and the dangers of spreading misinformation. It brought me to the conclusion that I need to be very transparent about my actual plans for this election as a voter. The simplest way to combat misinformation is with truth. I will be casting my vote for Kamala Harris and Tim Walz in the 2024 presidential election. I'm voting for Kamala Harris because she fights for the rights and causes I believe need a warrior to champion them. I think she is a steady-handed, gifted leader, and I believe we can accomplish so much more in this country if we are led by calm and not chaos. I was so heartened and impressed by her selection of running mate Tim Walz, who has been standing up for LGBTQ plus rights, in vitro fertilization, and women's right, and a woman's right to her own body for decades. I've done my research and I've made my choice. Your research is all yours to do, and the choice is yours to make. I also want to say, especially to the first-time voters, Remember that in order to vote, you have to be registered, which I am. I also find it much easier to vote early. I'll link to where to register and find early voting dates and info in my story. With love and hope, Taylor Swift, Childless Cat Lady. Now, that's obviously a dig at Donald Trump's vice presidential running mate, J.D. Vance, who had, they were trying to get him into hot water about him making the Childless Cat Lady comments. But Donald Trump was on Fox and Friends this morning. I'm going to actually go to DJ Academic's page. He had a lot of good information on there. If you go to DJ Academic's page, he's got obviously he's a hip hop guy, but he's met Donald Trump. He had a really big interview with Donald Trump Jr. a few months ago. He was flown down to Mar-a-Lago. There are rumors that Donald Trump is going to sit down with DJ Academics. He actually said this on stream a few nights ago that he was supposed to meet Donald Trump, I think in Atlanta or somewhere, and then something happened in the Donald Trump's jet was delayed and they had to call off the interview. So he did, like I said, he did end up sitting down with Donald Trump Jr. DJ Academics is obviously Jamaican, but he said, he's voted for Democrats, he's voted for Republicans. He's looking at the candidates' policies, and he's basing his votes on that, which is what most normal people do. I'm going to play this clip of Donald Trump reacting to Taylor Swift endorsing Kamala Harris. It was on Fox and Friends this morning. Hopefully they don't flag me for using the clip.
Out of nowhere, after the debate last night, Taylor Swift endorsed Kamala Harris. What do you think?
Well, I actually like Mrs. I actually like Mrs. Mahomes much better, if you want to know the truth. She's a big Trump fan. I was not a Taylor Swift fan. It was just a question of time. You couldn't possibly endorse Biden. You look at Biden, you couldn't possibly endorse him. But she's a very liberal person. She seems to always endorse a Democrat, and she'll probably pay a price for it in the marketplace. But no, I like Brittany. I think Brittany's great. Brittany got a lot of news last week. She's a big MAGA fan. That's the one I like much better than Taylor Swift.
Right. Brittany is
Mahomes.
Yeah, they're Mahomes. They're great friends.
The wife of the great quarterback, and he is a great quarterback.
My favorite team from Kansas City.
I think she's terrific.
Okay, so that is, of course, Donald Trump just a few hours ago, actually, reacting to Taylor Swift endorsing Kamala Harris last night. Now, there were things trending on X. In particular, there was a part about Donald Trump making a quote unquote outrageous claim that immigrants are, they're coming into these neighborhoods in America and they're eating people's pets. And people are like, oh my God, Trump's unhinged. Trump's crazy. I'm going to play for you a clip from Tariq Nasheed, the documentarian and author, and someone who has been very vocal about criticizing both Donald Trump and Kamala Harris. But he had a very interesting clip that aired almost 3 days ago. This aired on Wednesday night. This aired on Sunday night. So let me play the clip from Tariq and we'll close it out. Okay, so this is the YouTube of Tariq Nasheed. He is an author and a documentarian. I've done a few videos about him before, but Tariq is definitely not a Trump supporter, but he is, over the last year, has been extremely critical of Kamala Harris. And he's one of the people that has talked about the fact that Kamala is black when she needs black people's votes, showing different articles that were published in like the Associated Press and whatnot, different mainstream news organizations, not just random blog posts, saying that, Kamala has always listed herself as an Indian American. Her father is obviously Jamaican. It is what it is. But if you know who Tariq Nasheed is, and I encourage you to go to his YouTube channel and listen to this full broadcast, Tariq Nasheed, the blame Trump strategy of the Democrats. Tariq is very vocal and hands-on in the reparations movement. But the reason I'm including this clip is because you see on Twitter, they're trying to say that Donald Trump is crazy because he said that the immigrants are, grabbing people's pets and eating them. And this first clip is this went viral a few days ago of this woman. It was a lot of black people. They had gone to a city council meeting, and a lot of them are complaining because their neighborhoods are the ones that the immigrants are being dumped in. And I can tell you from personal experience, we moved. I'm from Alabama. Came to the state of Tennessee when I was 5 years old. We moved to Smyrna and then to Murfreesboro, Tennessee. Around that time, in 1980, 81, they were allowing a lot of immigrants to come to the United States from Vietnam, Laos, Cambodia. We were getting, and those people were getting flooded into black neighborhoods. They would put them in the places where the black people live. So now you fast forward to 2024, and when these immigrants are coming into the United States now, of course, where are they putting them? Where the black people live. So let me play this, and I want to play the following clip from Tariq, and let's get into it.
Like in the words of Malcolm X, who told us what? That the white liberal is the worst enemy.
Come on, sister. Come on.
Who told us what? That the white liberal is the worst enemy to the black man. Yes. And he is coming up in here acting like y'all representing some social justice.
Say that,
but all along, all you're doing is trying to use black people to find a reason to make some money. Let me tell y'all something over there. We're done. The Democratic Party is done. You ain't gonna listen to us like
y'all gonna abuse us.
Yeah, that's a hate crime. Putting those signs up, denigrating black people, talking about black people hating on hate. That's a hate crime, putting them signs up.
They get to abuse the black Americans.
Come in here and go clean it up. I'm telling you, you leave the Democratic Party. Do just like R.K. Jr., just do like that Tulsa lady. You better get up out the Democratic Party.
There you go. The Democrats are trying to abuse us. Don't let nobody sit here and try to shame you into going along with the Democrats' abuse. The Democrats are being so disrespectful and abusive to us, it don't make no damn sense. It's even worse up there in black people on the grassroots. We're complaining about the Democrats in California. They're complaining about them in New York. They're complaining about the Democrats in Chicago. They're complaining about the Democrats in Ohio. Let me show y'all Ohio. They're talking about how the Democrats are sending these damn immigrants up there, and these immigrants are doing weird stuff up there. Hold on. Check this out. There's complaints all over the country. Check this out. What's going on?
That like a guy like me has to come out from doing what I do on a daily basis to have fun, because I see what's going on in these streets, and I see you guys just sitting up there in them comfy chairs and suits, and I'm getting out here every day and I'm broadcasting this, and you guys are just sitting up there in suits and stuff. Like, I really challenge you guys to get out here and do something. These Haitians are running into trash cans. They're running into buildings. They're running into... they flipping cars in the middle of the street. And I don't know how, y'all can be comfortable with this. I don't know, who's getting paid from this. I honestly feel like someone's getting paid from it in the background. You got a bunch of people on a bus getting dropped off at a gas station to come down here I know a single mom that FaceTimed me tonight, FaceTimed me this morning at the welfare office that really need something. And it's nothing but immigrants over there. And I don't even want to seem like I'm coming down on the immigrants, because it's the people that's bringing them down here. Because wherever they're at, that's what they're used to, bro. They're in the park grabbing up ducks by their neck and cutting their head off and walking off with them and eating them. Like,
What the
y'all
hell?
get the Highway State Patrol down here every...
Whoa. So yeah. Lord, what the hell? What in the whole damn hell?
All right. So you heard that. Now, this broadcast happened 2 days ago, almost 3 days ago. It happened, obviously the presidential debate between Donald Trump and Kamala Harris happened last night. So that clip, this stream, you can see it on your screen, happened over 2 days ago. Happened Sunday night. So this is before, quote unquote, crazy Trump said, they're eating the pets. And again, I'm telling you, in the 80s, when I was a child and I came from Alabama to Tennessee, they were putting all these Vietnamese, Laotian, Cambodian immigrants into black neighborhoods. And yes, they were eating dogs and cats. They were cooking them. I'm not the only one that knows. You're not supposed to say that, but that's the truth. And that was over 40 years ago. So it's not shy. What was it when NBC had the Beijing Olympics? This is when Kobe Bryant was still alive. They went over to Beijing. There was a news piece where they were showing the vendors at the Beijing Olympics. Now, this is in China. And they were going around and they were showing the quote unquote exotic items that the vendors were able to sell on the streets at the Beijing Olympics. And yeah, they had rats. They had dog and cat meat. They had like scorpions and all kind of stuff that in America we can't. So when, I had a friend of mine, actually, we kicked it a couple times, but she's gone to Paris. She took her mom to Paris. You can go to a fine dining restaurant in Paris, France, and you can order horse meat. It's supposedly an exotic dish. So to act like people that come from different countries don't have different culture, they haven't been assimilated into America yet. They do things differently over in foreign countries than they do in the United States. That's not bigoted or racist to acknowledge that. And that black man that just said that guy grabbed the duck and cut his head off and did that, he didn't look like a Trump supporter. It is what it is. But like I said, that's it. We can discuss the whole thing about politics and do you care about Taylor endorsing Vice President Kamala Harris or not. Get in the comments. Let me know what you guys think. We're on the road to 3,000. I need you. I want your Facebook, Instagram. I'm on X. I'm on Threads. All at Ikari Press. If you type in IkariPress.com, it will take you to my comic book brand, Way of the Gun. Got the link to that and my Gumroad in the description. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm out.